Welcome to another Microsoft Word tutorials on Banahene Tutorials Collection. Now, in this video, I'm going to introduce to you a very special group in Microsoft Word, and this group is known as the paragraph group. And to get access to this particular group, we move to the menu bar of this Microsoft Word interface, and this is the menu bar. And when you click on the Home tab, we have the related ribbon that correspond to the Home tab, and this is the ribbon. Now we have the first group, which is the clipboard group, the font group, and the next group is the paragraph group. And this is the particular group we are going to talk about in this video. I'm going to walk you through all the elements, the features in this particular group, and how to apply them whenever you are creating your Word document. Now, with the first two groups, which are the clipboard and also the font group, I have a video that covers them, which talks about everything that you need to know about the clipboard group and also the font group. I will drop the link of these videos in the description below. Check it out after watching this current video. Now, as I said, this is the paragraph group and we are going to talk about. Now, one may ask, what is the paragraph group? This is a group in Microsoft Word that focuses on the arrangement of text in an available document. Now, this particular group also enhances or enable users to create lists, adjust indentation, sort out items which are in a document, and also to show paragraph formatting, align text perfectly, and also it helps you to have a line spacing adjustment and create borders around your content in Microsoft Word. Now, paragraph group is a group in Microsoft Word that provides controls for alignment and vertical spacing settings of a selected paragraph. So now that we have this description that talk about this paragraph group, I'm going to walk you through all these tools that are in this paragraph group individually and also how it functions. Now, when you move to this paragraph group, the first tool or control is called the bullet command, and the screen tip says create a bulleted list. Click the arrow to change the look of the bullet. Now, what is the description or the definition about this particular bullet command? This bullet command allows the creation of lists of similar items that do not require an order. Now, when you have this bullet point or bullet item in your document, anytime you press the tab key, this indents a list and create a sub bullet item. So how can we use this particular command? And this particular command can be used after or before creating a list. Let me show you an example. If I move to this paragraph, click and press the enter key, and when I click on this command once, this is going to provide me a bullet point, and that is going to allow me to create a list in Microsoft Word. So I'm going to create some list. You can see that I have typed this monitor here, and when I press the enter key on the keyboard, it creates another bullet point for me to type the next list. So you can see how I am creating this list with a bullet point or the bullet command. So as illustrated, when I click on this command, it gave me this particular bullet point, and immediately I type the first list and press the enter key. It gives me another bullet point continuously to have my list available in the Word document. So this is how to use this particular bullet command in Microsoft Word. Another way to use this is if you already have some list available without any bullet point, then you can select that particular list and provide that particular bullet point. So if I get to this paragraph, press the enter key, so I have this list available. Let's assume I want to apply this bullet point to this list which are in this Word document. What you are going to do is to select this list, then you jump into the paragraph group and click on this command, and automatically you can see that this bullet point has been applied to this selected list that we have in our Word document. So this is also another way to use the bullet points in Microsoft Word. And as I said earlier, you can use it before or after having your list in your created Word document. Now this also gives us the room to change the kind of bullet points we want to have for this particular list, and that is, you make sure that the lists are selected, then you move to the paragraph group, click on the arrow beside the bullet point, then you have this bullet library available. We have a lot of bullet points here, so if you want to change the default bullet point given to your list, then you can choose any of these lists. So let's assume that I select this check mark. So you can see how I've modified this list by changing the bullet points given to this particular list. So this is the function of this particular bullet point, which does not need any orderly arrangement of your list, because we are not talking about numbers here, we are just talking about bullet points. So you can have your list listed randomly, and this particular command will be necessary or very important to utilize whenever you have this kind of list. So that is the bullet point. The next command is this number command or the number list command, and the screen tip says create a numbered list, click the arrow for more numbering format. So anytime you want to have a different kind of format of numbering, you need to get access to this arrow. But if you want to get straightforward with the default numbering command or the numbering list, you choose this particular command. So this is the numbering list, and this is also like the bullet point or the bullet list point, and this type of list operation is required when listing sequence of items that must be in order. Let me explain this once again. The number list is also like the bullet point, and this kind of list requires some operation when dealing with sequence or sequential way of listing your items in an orderly manner. And anytime you press the tab key, this creates a sub bullet point. Now before I move to the number list, let me get into this particular bullet point list. When I press the enter key, you still have this check mark available, but when you press the tab key, you see that I have this sub bullet point created. Therefore I can input some list below this particular option, which is the keyboard. So you can see that as I am typing this sub bulleted point, it is also creating this list automatically, and I have this point displayed beside these options, and these are also type of bullet point that we have. So let's jump into the number list and know how we can apply this number list and how to create a sub number list point. So I'm going to delete this list. So I am going to have some lists here. So I have some lists created in my Word document, and if I want to apply the number list point, this is similar to the bullet point. So what you need is to select, and as I said, you can have it before or after creating your list. Then you move to this paragraph group and click on this number list. So you can see that I have some numbers applied to this current list, and you can also have it done if you don't have any list available. Just click on the command and start typing. Pressing the enter key is going to create the next list with its number list point. So I have these numbers given to it. As usual, if I click here and press the enter key, you see that we have our list extended. We don't have any option typed here, but we have these numbers available, which means we can type anything in this particular area. But if I press the tab key, this creates a sub numbering point, and this time around we have it as a letter, that is a letter A. So if I want to modify this, I can go to this section, maybe change it to any of this numbering library list that we have here. So if I click on this or this, then I have changed this sub numbering list. Therefore I can type something in this particular section. So you can see how this numbering list is working with its main point and also its sub numbering point. So this is how to use the numbering tool or the numbering command in the paragraph group. And if you want to make any modification, always check with the arrow that we have beside this command, and you can choose any of these options, and this is applied to this particular list, that is the sub numbering list. If I select this, I can change it to any of this numbering list that we have here. So this is the second command in the paragraph group. Now the next command is called the multi-level list command, and this type of list provides more customization of lists and also sub lists to the computer user. So in this case, this is called the multi-level list, and the screen tip says create a multi-level list to organize items or create an outline. You can also change the look of individual levels in your list or add numbering to headings in your document. That is, if you have some headings, you can add some numbering to that particular heading. So let's assume I select this. Now selecting this list and choosing this multi-level command, you can see that I have this apple, and under this apple the number given to it is 1, but when you look at its list that is below this apple, we have 1.1, 1.2 and also 1.3, and this shows you that we have a multi-level list applied to our list that we have here. Same applies to this. If I select this banana, press the enter key, press the tab key, you can see that I have 2.1, and this tells you that this 2.1 is below the main point number 2. So if I have anything, I can type there. So as you are typing and pressing the enter key, you get your multi-level list given to your main point. So when it comes to banana, we have this number 2, and below it, its sub or its sub level, we have 2.1, 2.2 and also 2.3. Same applies to the number 5 that we have here. When you click enter, tab key, you can see that we have 5.1. This is because we have chosen the multi-level list in this particular group. So when you click, you have so many options here, and when you move further, you can choose or change the list level. You can define new multi-level list and also define new list style, and this an intuitive tutorial. We need to dive deep, and I'm going to have a separate video on this advanced options that we have here, but in this video we just want to look at the simpler commands that we have in this paragraph group. So this is called the multi-level list. Now the next on my list, or the next command, is called the increase and also the decrease indentation command. So if I place my mouse pointer on this, it says decrease indent. Move your paragraph closer to the margin, and also we have increase indent. Move your paragraph further away from the margin. Now these features that we have here allow users to move a selected text to the right or left 5 spaces, and it also changes the hierarchy of the list provided. Now when I move upwards and I select this paragraph, when I choose this, you can see that my paragraph is moving. So if I want to indent a paragraph, I'm going to depend on this particular increase indent command. If I want to bring it back to its previous location, I'm going to use the decrease indent. Click, 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 and it says as you are moving, you can see that this margin is jumping. Currently this is the current margin, and this is where the ruler is located. So if I click, it jumps. So you can see that it is jumping 5 spaces. It was previously positioned here, and when you count 1 2 3 4 5, we move again 5, 1 2 3 4 5, and these are 5 spaces provided whenever you click on the increase indent command. The same applies to the decrease. You click, it moves 5 spaces backwards to the left so that it gets to the main margin. So this is the main margin, and this is where it's going to end. So these are these 2 commands that we have here that allows you to increase and also decrease the indentation of your paragraph. Now the next on my list is the sort command. Now the screen tip says arrange the current selection in alphabetical or numerical order. This is especially useful if you are trying to organize data in a table. Now it means that this is specifically meant for table, but we can also do this. Let's assume that I have this list here. If I select and choose this, I have this command that says sort text. This is where you have an option that says sort by. Are you going to sort by paragraph, or when you click on the drop down area, are you going to sort by headings or field? I'm going to maintain the paragraphs, and it says are you going to sort by text, and when you click on the drop down arrow, we have number and also date. So you can choose text, number, or date. So if I choose text, I can choose ascending or descending, and when you click on OK, this is going to arrange your text. Because I chose text as a type and also chose ascending and also chose paragraph, you can see that this special software, which is Microsoft Word, has organized this list that we have here. So we have apple, banana, carrot, dates, we have elephant, and then we have fruit, green, seed, and yellow. And if you could remember, our previous list was not looking like this, but now we have used the sort command to organize our list. So any kind of list that you have, whether in the table form or you have it in the normal list form, you can use the sort command to arrange your text in alphabetical or numerical order. So if you have a table in your list, let's input some table here. Move to the insert tab, and then we choose table, and let me choose this column that we have here. I'm going to insert some data here. So I have this table here, and I have some columns and rows. And when you look at my column headers, I have name, class, and also age. Let's assume I select this icon that we have on top of this table. This is going to select all the data in this table. Therefore, when I move back to the home tab and choose this sort command, I have this here, and it says sort by name. So we have name, class, and age. So when I click on the drop down arrow, I can go by name, class, or age. Let's start with the name. When I click on name, I'm going to choose this type as text, and then choose ascending, and then click on OK. Now look at what happens here. Now I have James, Jonas, Mavis, and Samson. Previously, Jonas was on top of this particular list. Now this has arranged this according to text, because when you compare their first initials, we have this as JJ, but when you look at the second letter, this A and this O, and in alphabetical order, A comes before the letter O. So this is going to base on the text, and that is the option I chose in the dialog box. When I move back, and then this time around, I'm going to sort by class, and then sort by number, and I'm going to choose ascending and click on OK. So you can see that now this has organized this particular table using the class option. Now we have 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this has arranged every data according to the sort by option that we chose here. And this is going to implies to the age as well. When I click age and the number, ascending, and also OK. So you can see that now we have 12, 12, 13, and 15. This has organized this data based on the age. So this is how to use the sort by command in Microsoft Word. The next command is called the show and hide paragraph mark, and this particular option says show paragraph marks and other hidden formatting symbols. When I click on this, you can see that I have some symbols and characters between our text in this Word document. This tells you the number of spaces. This tells you where the enter key ends. This tells you where you possibly type different kinds of enter keys. This tells you some of other functionalities you have in your Word document. If I click on this, select this paragraph by triple clicking 1 2 3. If you want to learn how to select text in Microsoft Word, I have a video that shows you different ways of performing selecting options in our Word document. I'll drop the link of that video in the description below. If I select this and move to the font group and click on this arrow, and then when I move to this section, I have heading, select and click on OK. So you can see that the paragraph I selected here is no more. Now this can be done by any Word user who is very professional and knows how to use Microsoft Word and also how to hide certain content which are very confidential in our Word document. If you receive any Word document and you are not good at Microsoft Word, you might not know that there are some hidden text. So if you are good at that and want to identify any hidden content in your Word document or any received Word document, then after getting or opening the Word document, you move to the Home tab in the paragraph group. Then you click on this icon, which is the show and hide icon. And when you click, this will show you all hidden text and other characters that are used in your Word document. If I uncheck, I get it lost. Check, I get it open. But if you want to bring this text back, what you do is you click on the font group, check this heading, and this time around, for you to do that, you have to select all the text that we have here, move to Home tab, select option, select all. Now click on this arrow in the font group, click on heading. Okay, and now I have my text fully shown in my Word document. So the function of this show and hide paragraph mark is to showcase individual characters in your Word document and also show some hidden content which are not available. Now the next that we have is called the paragraph alignment, and the paragraph alignment are these 4 tools that we have here. This tool enables you to distribute off your typed text in the margins evenly in your created document. That is, all your paragraphs that you've typed in your Word document, you can use this alignment options to organize them to suit your margins that are created or set up in your Word document. So the first alignment option is called the align left, which goes with the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+L. The screen tip says align your content with the left margin. Left alignment is commonly used for body text and makes the document easier to read. So as said, for body text you can use the alignment option, which is the left alignment, to organize your content. Now when I click in this paragraph or triple click 1 2 3 and choose this option, you can see that this has aligned this text to the left margin of my Word document. So this is the starting of my margin and this is the end of my margin. But when you look at the end of this text, they are not fitting or matching to this particular margin. This is because I have used the align left option, which is focusing on the left margin. When you move to the second one, this is called the center alignment, and the screen tip says center your content on the page. And center alignment gives documents a formal appearance and is often used for cover pages, quotes, and sometimes headings. So let's assume I want to have some heading before this paragraph. I'll press the enter key and type some heading. Now this is the heading I want to have for this paragraph. If I click and have the cursor in this line of text, automatically Microsoft Word will identify that this cursor is in this particular line. Therefore, if I choose this command, this is going to move this heading to the center of this particular document. If I choose left alignment, it moves to the left side. That is going to focus on the left margin. Center, and as you can see, so this is called the center alignment. And as said, it is purposely used for cover pages, quotes, and sometimes headings. The next one is called the right alignment or align right. Right alignment is used for small sections of content such as text in a header and footer. If I move to this end of this page, you can see that I have this footer here. When you double click, this is going to activate the footer option, and we have the name given to it here. This is the footer. So you can see that I have this page number aligned to the right. So if I move to this section, you can see that it is selected as right, but if I click left, it moves to the left side, center, and right. So this is also purposely focused whenever you are dealing with the header and footer option and you want to have some content displayed in that section. You can use the right alignment, and that is going to move this to the right side of your Word document. You can also apply it to a paragraph. If I select this paragraph and choose right, this focuses my text to the right margin, and you can see that this side is not matching the left margin. So know when to use these tools on the alignment option. The last one is called the justify. This distributes your text evenly between the margins. Justify text gives your document clean crisp edges so it looks more polished. So if I want to match all my text to fit these margins that we have here, which are the left and also the right, then I'm going to choose justify, and that is going to help me to have this kind of polished look of my content or my text in my Word document. Now the next on my list is called the line and paragraph spacing. The screen tip says choose how much space appears between lines of a text or between paragraphs. To apply the same spacing to your whole document, use the paragraph spacing options on the design tab. This is called the design tab. Now this particular tool is a setting that allows users to choose how much spaces should be between lines and paragraphs in a document. It is very helpful to enhance the viewability and also readability of the created document. So if I select this paragraph, as you can see, this paragraph is already selected. When I choose this, I have some numbers here. That is the line spacing options numbers. So if I choose 2.5, you can see how the spaces are provided: 2.0, 1.5, 1.15, and 1.0. I can choose 3.0. So if I choose any of this, that is going to apply this line spacings to this selected paragraph. You can also select 2 or 3, 4 lines. Then you can choose any of this, and that is going to affect that particular paragraph. So this is how to use the line spacing option. Now let's assume I select this, move to the design tab. Now when you get to the design tab, we have this document formatting group and we have paragraph spacing. If I choose, I have the option to change to compact, tight, open, relaxed, and also double. So if you want to move advanced way of adding line spacing to your text or paragraph, you can get to the design tab and also choose this particular option. But our focus is on the home tab in the paragraph group. The next on my list is called this particular command, that is the shading command. This change the color behind a selected text, paragraph, or table cell. This is especially useful when you want information to jump off the page. So this particular tool allows users to change the color behind the paragraph, and also it can be used in flyers and more creative Word documents. When I say creative Word document, this is a document that do not consist of only text, but can have shapes, pictures, images, where you can have some modification to those images to modify your document to have a creative Word document in Microsoft Word. So this is called the shading option. So as this paragraph is selected, if I click here, I have a lot of colors here, and when I choose this or this, or even this, you can see that I have some background color given to this particular text. You can also apply it to a single text. So you can see that I am providing some shading to this selected text that we have in a Word document. If I click on the drop down arrow, I have more colors to choose from. So let's assume I select this, click, I can choose more colors. This is going to provide me with a colors dialog box. I have standard and I have custom. In the standard option, you can choose any of these colors here, and in the custom, you can use this arrow to choose any of these colors and use this adjustment option. And when you click on OK, that is going to give you this background color to this selected text. So this is called the shading option. The next one is called this borders. This borders allows users to create borders around selected text or paragraphs, and this creates more emphasis in reading a document. Let's assume I want this document to be shared among different clients or different colleagues, and let me read a screen tip of this particular command. Add or remove borders from your section. To change the look of the borders, check out the options on the Table Tools Design tab, or use the borders and shading dialog box. So if I select this particular content, when I move to this arrow and choose maybe bottom, top, or when I choose outside borders, you can see that there are some borders around this selected text. If I select this, you can see that I have applied this border around this text, and this is going to create an emphasis. When somebody is reading this document and sees this border around this word, this is going to trigger the person to note that this is an important thing that he or she needs to focus on. So borders create emphasis whenever you have your Word document created. So know when to apply this border around a selected text or a paragraph. So if I select this paragraph, you can see that I applied this border around this paragraph. We have a lot of borders here. We have top, bottom, we have all borders, no border, right border, and we have left border. We also have horizontal line, we have inside borders, and this normally is used in table. So if I move to this table, select this table, you can see the effects. So this is also another border which can be applied to a certain table. So this is called the borders command. Now we have this dialog box here, and this is called the paragraph settings, and it says fine tune the layout of the current paragraph, including spacing, indentation, and more. So if I select this paragraph and move to this arrow, click, I'm going to have this paragraph group, and I can choose these two tabs to modify my selected text. So now it says alignment is justified. You can change to left, and then outline level is body text. You can change to maybe level 1, level 2, and also we have the indentation. We have left, right, they are all set to 0. You can change the number depending on your preference, the way you want the text or the paragraph should be displayed in your Word document. You can go for special, you can have first line hanging, you can change by, you can do a lot of things here. And then when you get to this spacing, we have before and after. Now after is set to 8 points, you can extend, and then before you can also adjust the point. You have a lot of options to modify, and you are going to see the effect in this preview pane. Now when you click on OK, you can see how I have modified this particular paragraph. So to have more paragraph settings given to your content in Microsoft Word, always utilize this dialog box, which is called the paragraph settings.